What you mean you don't know Pana? She's dope. What you mean? What you mean? What you mean? What you mean?
What is poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Pana, and today guys I am gonna be showing you guys how I do these heart part stitch braids on my client. This style was actually super trending on Instagram and it's perfect for February because this is the month of love, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. Today is actually my wedding anniversary. I've been married for 1 year now, y'all, so period. I had an amazing day and I hope you guys have an amazing day full of love. So let's get into this look. So right now I am parting out a heart that is going to be in the center of my client's head, and I did a part down the middle because this is going to help me make sure that my part is symmetrical, and it's going to show me where the top and the bottom point of my heart is going to be. So I would always recommend starting off with that just so that you can make sure you are lining up both sides of your heart correctly. So as you are creating the outline for your heart, remember guys that you are creating the outer shape of the heart, so it is going to be a little bit more bulky than your heart will actually turn out to look like, and that was something I had to get used to because I'm like, well, this heart looks really round and it's not going to look right, and then when you actually braid it, it looks perfect. So take as much time as you need to create this heart because, like I said, in the back of the head, this is actually going to be the star of the show. So I'm just going to twirl her hair around and make sure that this part looks correct before I move on to my next section. And I'm going to go ahead and define this out and everything, and then we will move on. Alright, so I have already done one side of my heart. I'm going to show you guys how I am going to part going upward. This is going to be the first little part of my heart that I'm going to braid, and then it's going to curve around and connect to the bottom section of my client's hair. I actually have a heart part tutorial on my channel where I teach you guys how to part it out and braid it and everything. I'll link that in the top right section, but guys, it's really fairly easy after you get the outline parted to make your heart look like a heart. So I'm going to start by braiding upward, and this braid is actually going to curve around, and it's really easy to create your curve, guys. Just remember that whatever direction that you are pulling hair in for your braid is where your braid is actually going to lay. So right now I want to grab hair going upward towards me because obviously I want this part of my braid to go upward. As I get to the curve and I'm curving my heart part around, I'm going to begin to grab hair into the braid going in a downward curve, and that's going to allow my braid to curve around. So just remember, like I said, whatever direction you grab that hair in, that is the direction that your braid will lay in, and that will help you guys get the perfect heart. So because these braids are bigger, I'm actually not going to be combining them into one. I'm going to actually crisscross them over each other at the bottom. And the concept of that is actually really easy. There's one braid underneath, and then the other braid will just be braided over it. So I'm going to show you guys how I do that. I do want to add in that, notice I'm not adding in any hair on my client, and that is because these braids are already turning out pretty thick, and so I don't think she needs it. If I have a client who has thinner hair, then I will feed in hair earlier, but I'm only feeding in hair for her for length for this style, and we're going to be putting them into 2 buns, so I'm really not even feeding in a lot of hair. But the more hair that you feed in, the thicker your braid is going to be, and the less you will be able to see your stitches. I am a braider who likes my stitches to show, and so that's why I don't add in a lot of hair, but that's definitely just a preference. If you have a client who likes their feed-ins to be thicker, or if you're trying to tuck your client's hair in the feed-in braids, then I would definitely recommend adding in more hair. So moving right along, we're going to be doing a heart on the side, and this one I have done on my channel literally a million times. I don't know, y'all, I'm almost getting over the heart trend, but then again, it's always so cute that I'm like, okay, like I'll do it again. But y'all, I'm like, on Instagram, if you guys are on Instagram or TikTok, I'm like, we are being hearted to death. I'm just getting tired of it a little bit. So let me know if you guys are over the heart trend or if you still love them. I feel like there's still so much that you guys can do with them, so I don't know, maybe not, but some days I'm just like, dang, you want a heart again, you know? So On this side of the heart, even though I parted it out and I loved the shape initially when I braided it, y'all, it just looked so lopsided and messed up, so I had to redo it again. I just wanted to show you guys the reality, because I know a lot of you guys are like, it's so hard for me to do this or that, and you make it look so easy. Like, no. Sometimes I do things and I have to take it out or do it several times before I get it right. That is just the reality of anyone doing hair. So I parted this heart out and I thought that it looked amazing, and at the end of it, I was just looking at it like, girl, I'm gonna have to do this heart all over again. And I left it in just so you guys can see, like, I'm human too, y'all. I make mistakes. Sometimes I don't do my best, but you know, we just take it out and we keep going. I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling that. It was like looking super lopsided, so I went in and did it again, and it actually turned out perfect. Sometimes when you are parting this heart on the side of your client's head, it's harder to get it to match up correctly, because not everybody's hair is thick around their edges, right? So sometimes it's just hard to measure that heart up correctly, and you'll have to do it a couple times, but just keep practicing, keep taking your time, and you will eventually get it. So for these next couple braids, I'm doing regular feed-in braids. Again, I'm not adding in any synthetic hair until I get to the nape of my client's neck. And I am leaving out baby hairs at the front because she does want them slightly dramatic. And I know that they are super long, but we're actually going to be curling them for this look. So yeah, after this braid, we'll get into one more design braid that I'm going to show you guys on the opposite side.
She likes chocolate covered strawberries and wine. She likes notes that say I love you all the time. Roses at your feet, baby girl be mine. Baby girl be mine. Yeah, yeah. Pick up your phone, I need your attention. My girl so bad we call her detention. I am so glad we moved beyond friendship. And your mama like me, look, I squared up with Cupid, told him find me. I stole your love, you shot my heart. I'm losing breath, it's getting dark. I think I might need CPR, baby, won't you tell me, do you love me like I do? Tell me what you're willing to prove, cause I ain't got nothing to lose.
So this next braid is going to be a snake braid, Medusa braid, S braid, squiggly braid. I don't know what people call it. Everybody calls it something different, but I'm basically going to be parting this one out, and there is going to be 3 different horizontal sections to this one. The direction that you start the braid in does matter, because depending on what direction you start in, the braid will finish in a different direction. And since we are doing an odd number, we always want to start braiding back. So just like I said with the heart braid, you always want to pick up hair in the direction that you want the braid to lay. So because these braids are going to be curving, I'm going to start this braid going back, and then I'm going to pick up hair in a curved direction. For each horizontal part, the braid is going to shift direction. So this one is going straight back. Here I'm going to curve it around, and then I'm going to begin braiding forward, and this is going to create that S or that snake type shape. For these braids, you really want to make sure you watch how much hair you are feeding in if you do decide to feed in hair, because when it comes to creating the curve of these types of braids, it can get really fat and bulky, and it'll actually begin to stick up. So you just want to make sure that you're really watching how much hair that you're feeding in so that it can lay natural. A trick, if your hair is doing that, if you notice that it's getting super bulky in the curve, is right when you go into the curve, have your client put their finger there and hold it, and it will help that hair to lay down. I really didn't have that problem with this client because the braid is like, you know, on the edge of her head, which is typically thinner anyway, and I'm not feeding in hair, but that can be a problem if you are doing these braids going straight back as opposed to going down the front of your client's head. Alright guys, so we are going to finish these braids off by just connecting all of these braids together and finishing off a couple other feed-ins on the opposite side. Again, like I said, I'm picture matching, so I do have something to follow. This is definitely not a freestyle off the top of my head. And yeah, you guys can see two different products sitting on my table there. I'm using Lock and Twist Gel and the Puro Neat Braid. I kind of go back and forth just depending on my client's hair and what is working for her. But as always, I will link all of the products that I'm using in the description section for you guys to check out.
I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without. Girl, I'm lost without you. I swear I'm lost without you. All I think about is I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without you. Girl, I'm lost without you. I swear I'm lost without you. All I think about is you. Cause baby fine like wine. Now her spirit's all in my mind. Couldn't have shown up at a better time. They say you seek and you shall find. I know you want the truth inside the lies. Her heart cries, you know she traumatized. Don't know why but looking for a reply. A piece of hope she keeping deep inside. I can't get enough of you. How many times you gon' run in circles? You can't keep on running from the truth. Go ahead and let them haters take a shot. You know our love is bulletproof. All they tryna do is drain your energy. Now it's time to recoup. I know they piss you off, got you hot, I'm loving how you play it like it's cool. Ever since you elevated, now they saying you be acting brand new. You ain't gotta worry about it, hit my line up, girl, you know I'm coming through. You know they say the word of jungle, feeling like an animal's on the loose. Let me be a stress reliever, baby, I can't wait to put my paws on you. I can't believe what anybody telling me. Tired of that drama, misery, and jealousy. Only time to tell if this really meant to be. I don't expect you to show me no sympathy. Walk out talking, I know my identity. Gave her my heart and told her I would never leave. No, she a rider, she already got the key. I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without you. I'm nothing without you. Girl, I'm lost without you. I swear I'm lost without you. All I think about is you. Cause baby fine.
Alright guys, so we are coming up and finishing the last couple braids. I am going to be putting the ends of these braids into buns, but I'm still going to dip them just in case the buns come down and my client decides that she wants to wear it another way, it will be easier for her to style. Also, over time, because the braids are bigger, they can still unravel, so I just like to make sure that I am setting my clients up for success. So yeah, we're going to finish these out and then I'm going to go in and do my client's edges, and she has requested like a fluffy edge type of look, which I think looks really, really pretty on her. So of course, I'm using none other than the Dope collection for my edge control. This is literally the only edge control that I use now for all textures. And I am going to use this, just a slight little bit of it, and go ahead and shape her edges. I'm not like trying to get them to be like all the way gelled down on her head. I want them to have like a little fluffy look, which means I'm only using a little bit of edge control kind of at the base and trying to leave the ends of her hair natural and laying in like a natural curl type look. And yeah, that's how I do my fluffy edges. So I'm gonna let you guys watch me do this, and then we will get into the finished look. Alright guys, here we are at the finished look. Let me know how you guys think I did on this style. If you guys love it and would rock it, drop pink hearts in the comment section down below. As always, I love you guys so much for all your support on my channel, and I'm super happy to be back from my little breaky break. So you guys will get some amazing content coming up here soon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, I will catch you guys in my next video.